Arguably, the most defining factor of our modern lives is our immediate access to information. The internet has made everything faster, from communication to research, and more accessible than ever. What was once locked away in towering, prestigious libraries is now accessible to anybody, anywhere, at any time, with a few simple clicks in devices that we hold in our palms and carry with us everywhere we go. Google can provide us with insanely accurate search results to basically any question you can ask it, in the same amount of time it takes the average adult to add two numbers together. People all over the world are learning valuable skills, new forms of expression, all just from the internet. They are less restricted than ever by the society, the culture that they were born into, the upbringing that they were given. The internet provides access for anybody to learn anything. But with thousands, even millions of knowledge-hungry minds now easily within reach, it was almost inevitable that a new market began to blossom. As reliable news agencies and devoted journalists fought to keep a sense of integrity, others found a new strategy. If you can sell information, then surely you can sell misinformation. We all have weak spots in our thinking. We're all imperfect, and as a result, all of us have ways that we can be manipulated and taken advantage of. And whilst we can teach ourselves to be aware of the signs of internet phishing scams, for example, it's much harder to teach ourselves not to be enthralled by highly targeted messaging. In a way, we can't trust our own brains anymore. The way our eyes drift in a YouTube thumbnail straight to the red arrow or the large, obnoxious red circle, or the way that particularly mesmerizing speech patterns can make someone seem much more convincing than they actually are. Why do you think video essayists like myself speak in such a drawn-out, dramatic voice? It's because it's all part of the game, of brewing up the delicious cocktail that will draw your attention just long enough for us to get our point across. It's a dog-eat-dog world here on the internet. Everybody wants something, and corporations are getting better and better at feeding it to us, giving it to us through those cracks in our defenses, allowing them to further influence our decisions and manipulate our points of view. It forces creators on platforms like YouTube to resort to manipulative content in order to tame the beast that is the algorithm, which in the end is what decides who is seen and heard. I think a considerable portion of the misinformation we find online is simply the result of the internet giving a voice to everybody, and not everybody can be right. Each of us is as compelled as any other that our view is correct, and they would understand if only they saw it the way that we do. But at the end of the day, as all of us have the opportunity to share our thoughts and opinions, some people are simply going to be wrong. And the only question that remains is it you? Is it me? As more and more sources and opinions clutter the internet, it becomes harder and harder to tell. It seems that nobody has the answers, nobody can be trusted, and everything is up for debate. No matter what you believe, you can find an echo chamber somewhere out there on the internet full of people who will gladly validate your opinions. Whatever you believe, whatever you think you know, I guarantee you it's probably riddled with falsehoods, misunderstandings, contradictions, inconsistencies in your way of thinking. The best thing you can do for yourself is recognize that your potential ignorance knows no bounds. That even that which seems like common sense could potentially be nothing more than a small-minded theory. It is when you feel most confident, when you feel more certain than you ever did before, that you must remain vigilant in the fight against your own ignorance. We choose our weaknesses, after all, our own blind spots. Whenever we stand stubbornly on a hill not worth dying on, we show our Achilles heel. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn. Every argument a chance to be proved wrong. There is no shame in ignorance, only in oppressive conviction. Humility, my friends, is the only tool worth carrying in this age of misinformation. It's the only way to be part of the solution, rather than part of the problem. To doubt your own beliefs and hold yourself accountable for your own deceit. To debate rather than to preach, and encourage rather than lead, because you too have the ability to lead astray.